Okay, so I would really like to address the Patreon issue because that Patreon is actually public. Anybody can go in at any time and join. There's over 300 people in there. There have been people that don't even like Pastor Petty join that Patreon and post in that Patreon. And we have been able to catch some of the things that they post and delete them. But there are people such as Lala in that Patreon because they brag about being in the Patreon.
Go ahead, Jennifer.
They brag about being in the Patreon. They literally read Patreon comments live, like while they're live streaming. They'll read comments from the Patreon in real time, so you know that they're in the Patreon at that time. So I would like to bring attention to that. It is not a closed Patreon. I've heard all week that it's like a private Patreon. That is not the case. Half the people that are in that Patreon, we don't even know who they are. So I really feel like that is a point that needs to be made.
Okay, I want to address the false accusations. I don't even have Patreon on my phone. I'm not even on Patreon. So don't come to those lies. And I was not the one who was in the Patreon.
Hold on,
Hold
Lala.
on.
Hold
Okay.
on. Bella, I'm going to address her. Jennifer.
But hold on, so FWA, because what's happening is if we keep hearing what the jury have to say, you and Pastor Petty are going to keep addressing the jurors. I want the jurors to talk to.
I'm addressing what it said. I am not a part of the Patreon. There are some people in the Patreon that...
FWA, I have to be fair because I just told Pastor not to do it either. Because he wanted to address something that was said, but I told him no. I want the jury to be able to deliberate first, which is why I clearly asked y'all. I gave y'all the floor first on purpose. I needed y'all to be heard first without interruption. We have to allow the jury the same respect, please. I know it's not easy, but just try to have some self-control. If you feel like you're going to miss something, just write it down so you can go back to it. Please.
Bella, can I address the accusations? How do you know that I'm in? Let's just go hypothetical. How do you know I'm in the Patreon when you don't know half the people that are in the Patreon? Because you literally just said that. Number one, and number two, I'm not in the Patreon because I'm not the person that sent the group chat or sent pictures of the Patreon to FWA. So let's address those things. I actually had them sent to me. So let's stop with the false allegations. If you don't know half the people that are in there, how do you know I'm in there anyway? But I'm not.
Well, because you get those screenshots very quickly, Lala.
I sure do, because I have them hidden in my private Discord, stashed away for cases like this.
Oh, so you have a private Discord. So, see, there's things that they say privately.
Let me pose a question to Jennifer. Because
that's a private Discord for you.
No, hold on. That's a good question, Lala. I would like to ask Jennifer. Lala posed you a good question, Jennifer. If y'all do not know who half the members are, why assume you know that Lala is in there? What proof do you have that Lala is in there?
Because she gets those in real time. Like, I would like to know her internet provider that she gets them so quickly.
In there.
My internet source is Kinetic Windstream. I have Kinetic Windstream internet. That's how I get them in real time, because somebody's in there that sends them to me and FWA and other people in real time. That's how the fuck we get them. Don't worry about how we get stuff. Just worry about you lying.
I don't lie, Lala. I must trick you though, because you always
said I was in the Patreon and I'm not. So you lied. You don't even know half the people that are in there, but you assume I'm in there because I get them in real time. Maybe because I got good sources and dependable people that send me stuff in real time.
Okay, Lala. I still believe she's in there. I would just like that on record. I still believe she's in there.
Crazy ass Patreon. Well, that's what you believe and you feel. That's not a fact.
Good morning, everybody. Personally, and I'm going to say something after I said personally. Personally, I do feel like Pastor Petty was talking to FWA, but that's my personal opinion. But once I heard the tape, there was no name on it. So no name was mentioned. But my personal opinion, I think that he was talking to FWA, and I think in the Patreon they was talking about FWA also. That's my personal opinion.
Can I add as well to
Can I say
that?
something? I'm so sorry. Hey, Blue, can I say something? Bella, juries are supposed to be like MG.
Why would she get a chance to cut Blue off? Why can't Blue speak first?
MGAKA
No,
or
he left out the way.
MGAKA, we are impartial jurors. The rest of them are all involved, and so they're more of witnesses than jurors.
Okay, so that's a good point. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. All right, so real quick, in fairness, thank you for catching that FWA. Rizzy, Blue was speaking first.
And
So
Bella, they could just call me MG. It's fine. You could just say MG.
no,
Sorry,
you're
Bella.
good. Okay, so yeah, but we just want to make sure that everybody's being heard, nobody's interrupting each other. We can have the conversation. All right, Blue, my apologies.
You're okay. Thank you. I just wanted to add to what we were talking about, how he didn't say any names in that live. Anybody that watches Pastor Petty, we know that he talks in code, so he's not going to mention anybody's names. When he's talking about me as well, he talks in code. So we don't know a lot how that code goes, but I definitely believe that he was also talking about FWA. And I was also in the Patron chat when the gorilla pictures were sent. And then after he was being accused of that, they started sending elephant pictures. So, I mean, I can provide, I'm in the chat right now. I'm looking for them.
Okay, so Blue made it clear
Blue,
he is.
while you are in that Patreon, Blue, go on and get everything else that is suspect and racist. Go just scroll up as far as you can and screenshot everything. Thank you.
Great. I have all the stuff, to be honest. I have it all, but I just didn't feel like it needed to go this far because people will embarrass themselves. And I also want to say, if me and another person has had the same kind of conflict, when you call that a conflict of interest to have them up in the panel too as well, speaking on the case?
Okay, so Rizzy definitely brought a good point to the court. It looks to me like the people that is in the panel are eyewitnesses, character witnesses. They are not jurors. We do understand that in order for you to be a juror, that means you have no direct involvement and you are able to listen to the evidence that is either presented or you can listen to the testimony from the people involved directly on the docket. So I'm going to submit the information that was provided as character witnesses, but I would need another panel of people who are not directly involved.
Okay, so
Thank you.
let me say this because I'm going to end up dropping down. I would like to say people that I have argued with and had the same kind of discourse with, I would not like them to be a part of the case either. I would like to have people that I haven't had discourse with, haven't had these same conflicts with, because it is much so a conflict of interest if there is a juror up here that I have had a discourse with. That's a conflict of interest too as well.
To rebut that, the conversation at hand, the case at hand, has nothing to do with me. It's unrelated to me in any
It's
way.
either that or I'm dropping.
I mean, you can drop, but usually in court cases, defendants.
1 second, Rizzy, right there, if you don't mind, because you know
Okay.
I do have you as my queen, but Bella also respectfully is. I'm going to ask you to recuse yourself. The first thing that came out of your mouth is she called you a silverback a couple of days ago. There is some biases there, and you bringing up the fact of what a witness and a juror is supposed to do, you know that you are biased. Respectfully, can you gracefully bow out into the next court case, if you don't mind?
I do mind.
I'm telling you, get the fuck down before I have to come home. Come back to the next case. We got a friend need to stay up here. She a part of it. Just go. We'll see you in a minute. And I love you. Kiss to the forehead. You go. Mwah. Downstairs, boo. I'll put up that picture of us like we get married and shit. Go ahead, Bill.
Okay.
I don't feel that was appropriate at all.
All right. So just making sure that we are clear. I want to open up the panel for the jurors to discuss the case. So far, we had character witnesses. But if you would like to be a juror to discuss the case, you may request up. If not, I will gladly fill the space.
Bella, I'm dropping because I was just here to show proof. Thank you for allowing me to do so. I'm
Thank you for
recusing
being a
myself.
character witness. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay?
And I behaved today, Bella.
And I appreciate you. I appreciate you doing that. Again, I know that it can get a little rough on here, but the self-control, it definitely does help. So yes, if y'all have no involvement, it will help. If there has been issues and I'm not aware of it, let me know, because I don't want nobody feeling like their opinion is pretty much biased, okay? We want to make sure we are being fair to both parties, not just FWA, but PastorPetty too.
As a character witness, may I say one more thing before I get down for the jurors? I'd
Yes,
like
you
to
know.
circle back around to what Blue said before he dropped, because it's almost the exact same situation, right? Lala said, hey, you can't say that I'm in the Patreon because you just said that that's how you feel and feelings aren't valid. Well, Blue just said, we feel that this was about FWA, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, he doesn't have any proof. That's a feeling. So you can't go on feelings because that's what he just said. So you can't. So, I mean, he just disproved the whole situation, correct? I mean, because Lala was fighting for that. That's
Okay.
all I'm saying. And also, you guys, the Patreon is public and it's free. I don't know where everybody's getting that it's paid. It is a free, open Patreon. Anybody can join.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank you
Jennifer.
for allowing me up, Bella. And have a great
Yes.
day.
You as well. I appreciate you coming in. And then I have one more space available. And again, it's going to be for a juror only, okay? No dog in the fight. For the haters, you're here to be a juror.
Yes.
Mocha, you're here to be a juror.
Yes, Bella. Good morning.
Good day. Alex, you're here to be a juror.
Yes, thank you.
Lan, beautiful self, you're here to be a juror.
Yes, ma'am.
She knows she fine, child. Sorry. And MG, MG, you're here to be a juror.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're clear. So at any point as jurors, if the audience catch y'all making it personal, if the prosecutor, Braid, catch y'all making it personal, at no point do not use yourself as an example. Don't do it. You get caught doing it, at that point you show that you're being biased and we have to remove you. Stick to PastorPetty and FWA only. Speak to facts only. That's it. Don't make it personal. Now that we have that understood, we heard from character witnesses. Let's hear from the jury. Alex, I see that you are off mute. Good day.
Thank you. Good day, Bella and jurors. Okay, so I will just directly, I'm just going to jump right in and say, first and foremost, I do believe that the video is egregious, right? Despite what the context may have been or what they have been discussing, I think the prosecutor, Judge King, what a lovely name, by the way. I noticed that he asked a great question, which was, what is the context? PastorPetty was unable to actually answer that question, which dived us back into confusion, right, of this case. When it comes to it being about FWA, it seems like there was a number of people that was in the live that also stated, like, no, we absolutely know that this was about her, because he wasn't good at, actually trying to be discreet about who he was talking about. Do I think it could have been about her completely? No, I've seen some of his content and he's not really direct in a sense like other content creators would be. So it's hard to say it was directly about her, but it is acceptable to say that it could have been about her. So it's both and then lastly, I want to say, I think it's odd that we are like, this person's wrong on both ends, when they actually share the same sentiments, just in different fonts. Meaning that when they both go live, they're very much so enabling of white supremacy. So I don't know why there's an uproar at this moment. Had it been one of them on the pro-Black side of it, I know Pastor Petty wanted to be Malcolm X himself. Unfortunately, he was not, considering that he did try to other himself with his Blackness. FWA does the same thing. So I think that this case is a little odd. The argument between both of them is asinine, considering that they have the same morality, in a sense. Thank you. I yield my time.
Okay, so Alex's testimony so far as her deliberation is, they both share the same views. So that's Alex POV. For the haters,
They are saying check CA.
oh, okay. But I'm listening. For the haters,
Hey, I agree with Alex. I'm just trying to see, is it who has the most support of them being disrespectful to each other? Because that's the only thing I saw. I mean, if you watch both of their platforms, they do the same thing. Their people do the same thing. And we're sitting here now when a lot of people are saying FWA people, and not so much her, but her people is allowed to have really disrespectful sentiments towards Blacks, then now we are here defending what is going on allegedly on her platform. None of this makes sense to me. And I'm waiting on all of the proof. And, Bray King said that he was getting proof. So let's see the real proof.
There's a lot more proof they have sent, but I'm just waiting for Bella. And while we are waiting, you guys, thank you for tapping the screen. There's 2,000 people in here. We're almost halfway through the show, so let's get halfway to a milli. Shout out to everybody sending populars as well. Thank you.
so the CA said there should be more men in the panel, women bias. So I only request up people, or accept people up, excuse me, that request up. So if men are requesting up, I'll accept them. I'm only accepting those who chose to come in. Make sense? Okay. All right, Mocha.
Oh, sorry. They both have egregious behavior. They both do about the same things, like was said with the jurors before me. So what exactly is the question that we have to, that you want the jury down the comments to answer, Bella? What is the exact question?
I'm going to skip you
They
now,
want you to
okay?
give your sentiments on the case.
Yeah, I was going to say, if that's your question, I'm going to just skip you for now.
No, because what I'm saying is it going to be, is Pastor Petty wrong? Is that going to be the question that they answer on? Or is it going to be, is FWA? Yeah, that's what they're saying. What exactly are the charges? Or you don't know yet? That's what I'm saying, because that's what you...
Right now, we're just saying our opinion. Have you heard
You're down just opinion? Well,
Yeah, right now we're just opinions. We're giving a little.
We're deliberating.
Talk to your jurors.
Okay.
How can we deliberate without all of the evidence? I thought Bray King would show all the evidence.
Just a
then
quick
we'll
little
come back and
insert.
deliberate.
That's also very fair.
So you guys,
That's a fair assessment, but I feel like at this time they just asking us where we stand at right now. We'll get back into the case to see all the rest of the evidence in a minute, but right now we are kind of like in a midpoint of deliberating together to see how everybody feels. So just give your opinions.
Okay, what my opinion is this. They do whatever they want to do to get the coins. So it's whether it's kissing up to white people to get the coins and coming down on black people to get the coins, that is what they both do. Period, point blank.
I don't disagree.
The judge was looking for, Mocha. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The judge was looking for. I think she's going to go to the next person. We're going to yield our time back to Your Honor.
Bella, with all due respect, once the final juror is done with their opinion, am I able to interject one more point for this?
You better find it and fix it.
Please.
It'll take you that long to find
So
it.
the only reason why I'm gonna say no, Alex, is because if you have something to add, then maybe Mocha might have something else to add, and then
I
maybe
think Mocha's pretty firm on her stance. All right, I will follow your rules, Judge. I apologize for my outburst.
I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard to not make this the only case for today because we already going into 10 o'clock. I'm doing my best. Let's hear from Lan, and then we're gonna hear from MG. Okay?
Look, hey Bella, can I say something? Can I say something? And I'm gonna be done with it. I'm guilty. Let Pastor Petty have it. I don't care. I'm always going to be guilty in the eyesight of my own people and any other people for that matter. I don't care. Just like you was just a minute about to be canceled by these same people that's finding me guilty. Remember they was going to cancel you at one point for flicking the bean and the pictures with you and Bray. These people, I'm talking.
We don't have to come
I'm
at you like
talking.
that.
I am talking.
Everybody,
well, you
I'm
got
talking.
I'm talking.
I didn't say not one word.
You're not supposed to be talking.
Shit.
Mocha,
I didn't open my mouth.
your friends.
You think yelling gonna make
I was
us goddamn
not
be
opening
quiet?
my mouth.
You yell
I
at
didn't
your
say shit
panelists
to
and
you
your
or
people.
nobody else.
Rajetta.
Come over here and
said,
yell at the
I'm
jurors, bitch.
talking.
Rajetta.
I'm talking.
Yeah,
Friends,
babe.
please stop
I'm
yelling.
talking.
Okay, friends, please stop yelling. Respectfully, Bella said friends can speak, meaning all boxes
I'm
should not be
guilty.
lit up except
Y'all
hers.
can have
Mine
it.
included.
This is why I don't fuck with this shit. Because just a minute ago, everybody was on a bandwagon to cancel whoever. They on whatever bandwagon they could be on to cancel whoever. I don't care. Y'all can have it. I am guilty. Bye. I don't got time for this. It's Sunday. I should be eating breakfast with my kids. Y'all have a wonderful day. And I'm going to stay guilty because I'm going to stay doing what I want to do with the supporters who support me genuinely and not for me to have to jump on somebody's bandwagon or kiss ass for support. I will never do it. I'm not going to do it.
Friend.
The people who support me will continue to support me. And that's just it. I'm not begging for no supporters. And they don't support me. Never have. I've always been guilty in your court. So I'm going to stay guilty in your court.
So friends,
have a blessed day.
friends, stay right there before you go.
I'm about to go.
Before you go, I know you're about to
do
go.
not
I'm just
play.
saying this to you. I know you're about to go. I want to say this to you, sis. I feel like, and I know Bella's gonna have a response as well. In my opinion, before you go, I feel like your anger, respectfully, is misplaced. Please don't interrupt me.
No, I ain't angry. I
already caught the interruption. I already caught the interruption, friends, and I knew you was gonna leave, but I have to say this to you. Bella is not the problem. Bella has been amazing today. So organized in this court case, so unbiased. Your anger is not with Bella. And I think your anger is more so with your people because they're saying at the end of the day, y'all both do the same thing. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but they're not lying. Nobody is up here lying. I feel like you and Pastor Petty both have an army of white people, boo, and y'all are doing the same thing. So I feel like you shouldn't bow out. You should stay. You should stay strong. I know you're stronger than that, but your anger is misplaced. Bella has done nothing wrong to you today. And I say that with all due respect.
All right. So, respectfully, now I have to allow Pastor Petty to speak because I want y'all to pay attention to why I specifically said I want the jury to speak first, and then we can go ahead and allow them to ask questions for Pastor Petty in FWA. Unfortunately, the rules were not followed. FWA chose to interject. At that point, I have to be fair and allow Pastor Petty to interject. So we're going to make sure that nobody can say that one was favored over the other. Pastor Petty, what do you have?
I have to say, with my European descendant folks that come to visit me, at no point do I allow this on my platform. That is my child with a monkey on him. That is my child with a monkey. That's my wife right there. No, at no point in my platform do I attend or adjust with people of European descent that do stuff like this. We have two totally different group of European descendant folks that descend our profile. At no point do I allow this type of behavior from someone in my panel that's European descendant. The things that are being said about this black woman in this panel are egregious and outrageous, to not say the least. If my sound, where's my sound? Y'all ran the clip, but they were talking about this black woman by the name of Miss Unknown, doing slurs, calling the lady the N-word and all such manner of things as well. I don't allow this. I may have European descendant folks. I may have European descendant people around me, but you please tell me where it's the same, where you have seen me allow European descendant folks to talk about people of color, or to put monkeys on your face, or call you the N-word. You tell me where it's the same, where I have those people around me. I don't brag about being around these folks and making money. You run a clip where I am over there trying to get them folks money and trying to run up a bag off them folks off of colorism and racism and all sorts of tropes that they get to pay for to do. Please allow me to also state that most of these folks that are in here that do not like me are blocked. I don't entertain these European descendant folks that like to come up here and use the LGBT community and other communities, fake allies, running up in here, acting like they with you one moment and then the next minute they putting voodoo dolls out there about you, trying to use black worshiping things that were downgraded to us to make us think Christianity is of a higher order. So please don't say one and the same unless you got a clip. My European descendant folks that do come are European descendant and they do respect it. I don't try to subset my platform to cater to my people only, but I do subset my platform to make sure that everybody can come in there and get their bank up to $10,000. I am financially literally, and I want everybody healthy, wealthy, wise.
Bella, may I?
You may.
And Pastor Petty, you know I do visit your platform, and I do like some of the white people that be over there. Some of them are my supporters as well. When I clock you right here, please don't take it personal, but everybody gets a clock from me. Even with the accent that you coming up here, I don't know, I guess you're trying to give old school preacher, but it's also giving like minstrel show, shucking and jiving. I don't know if you're trying to be funny and mock somebody else, but I don't know. But I know that us people that are tapped the fuck in, I don't know. It's giving uncomfortable. It's giving you got the game fucked up. It's giving you got us all fucked up. But it's also giving you're coming up here to put on a performance. I can tell you got shit wrote down. I can tell you got your paper. You came prepared, bitch. You got your hat on, all that. Okay? There's a lot of people in here. There's a lot of people in here that love Bella, her big supporters. And all the shucking and jiving bullshit you got going on. Petty, ho, cut it. That's it.
Okay. Unfortunately, FWA has left, so you will not be able to pose any questions for FWA. But jurors, now is the chance for y'all to pose any questions that you may have for Pastor Petty. For the haters, would you like to go first?
Both of them guilty.
I'm sorry?
Both of them guilty, Bella.
Do you have a question that you would like to pose or no? Okay. Mocha, is there a question that you would like to pose?
Nope.
Okay. I have one.
Pastor Petty, what prompted this conversation that you were having subliminally about FWA? What prompted that conversation? If it wasn't about FWA, what prompted you to have this conversation in the first place? Like, was there something else since you say that it wasn't about the FWA? Was it something else or someone else that offended you or upset you to make you have this said conversation, or did you just start going in just to be like, I'm talking, just another day to have a conversation?
It wasn't a conversation. Nothing that happens in my platform is usually a conversation. I just started telling a story about AI gorillas. It wasn't a conversation. Nobody else is in the box with me. I'm just telling a story on my own. I can also show that I am telling the story on my own. No one else is up there. I am by myself. There are a lot of people that ask for money. So, as I stated, hit dog a holla, but I also stated this story is not about anyone. And I was like a child, as it was stated. I was absolutely enthralled and having fun by myself. There could have been nobody in that room, and I still would have had the same good time by myself and laughed and had a good time by myself.
Is it egregious to talk about gorillas and monkeys to YT people?
I have a mixed crowd, so they're not just European descendant people amongst us. And I try not to use YT because it does give them power, just like during Bacon's Rebellion, it subsets us when we're all human. But when I am telling a story about gorillas, the same gorillas you can find on your For You page, are we going to be outrageous with the same gorillas that you can find AI Sasquatches and gorillas on your For You page, is what I hear to you, because they are found amongst both of us, so amongst all of us, those same AI gorillas.
I do have a few questions whenever I'm able to, if it's after the panel or whatever, can you come back to me? But I have a few questions to clock in on.
Oh, for sure, because I damn sure had some myself. But Anonymous. Yes. You have a question for Pastor Petty?
My first question is, Petty, I do. My question for Petty is do you see the similarities that others may see between your fictional characters in your story and FWA?
I would love for context to be applied. I do not see the same. I just don't see where I have someone of European descent talking about your grades of hair, or then and forth allowing them to laugh in your face when calling other people silverbacks. I'm just confused about that sameness, because no one of European descent was in my panel. And we cannot also tell who the people in the Patreon are because they don't have a color behind their names.
Okay, sir. And my next question for you is, do you find it financially lucrative to play the white tea folks against messy talk when it comes to rage baiting?
Beautiful question. You will find on multiple occasions that Pastor Petty has said, don't gift me. And I don't do what I do as far as my educational part of my platform for money. I do it for free, and I come on live because I do it because I have fun. I don't do anything for financial gain on this app. So I never ask for any gifts, nor do I pander a CA or any app for gifts. I play in people's faces now by saying there's a 5,000 Patreon chat and there are 10 people in it.
Okay, one more follow-up question, Bella, if I may. What do you then, how do I want to say this? The money that you're making, because I can see here that you're sitting on 25K coins. Are you regifting, or because you said you don't do it for the money, so are you keeping the money at the end of the day?
I regift. I go around and go to other people's lives and regift. I do what? Let me say this: Pastor Petty does have merch on Fourth Wall. So when I say I'm not pandering, that means every day I'm not telling you about merch. I'm not telling you about I'm not really. It's not a money grab. That's what it's not. So I regift. The funds stay there, and it's regifted. And the little $100 that you'll see come from Tick Leap from time to time is $100. Pastor Petty isn't getting thousands of dollars off TikTok. $190, $3, $50 is not a lot of money. So if I'm pandering to European descendant folks, I should be making a lot more. I should be making thousands.
Okay, that's the end of my questions. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you. And I take it, Lynn. No questions.
I asked my questions.
Gotcha. Alex.
Thank you, Bella. I just, for Petty, would you arguably say that it makes sense that people would feel as though you and her share similar sentiments because of things that you've said in this court case, such as, I welcome everyone. Those are her sentiments, right? Or you say things like, well, I didn't have them on the panel while I was discussing the monkey or silverback things, but they were in the live. Or you say things like, I'm not here for the gifts. I'm just here to just be a presence on the app and be my authentic self, whatever that means, while still othering yourself again as a Black person. Can you understand, I won't say arguably, can you understand or fathom why people would even allude to the fact that you and her share similarities with the verbiage that you have been using during this entire case? Nice fedora, by the way. I love a good fedora because I'm happy. It's for real.
I'm using non-capitalist, capitalist, this is a capitalist society that uses things in the society to subset ourselves amongst each other. I'm using the language of non-capitalist society as a non-homogeneous society, as a melting pot society, which most people don't know that the Statue of Liberty is made for us. So, and when I say us, I mean people of color. So there's a plaque put on there that says, give me your poor, give me your weak.
What is that noise in the back?
That is my child.
Oh. No worries. Okay.
I don't see the same because I'm always giving everybody a history lesson on why they need to understand the post-traumatic syndrome that comes with people of color. I do a great job of trying to make sure we're not just seeing color and we just all don't bleed the same. So when it comes to saying our platforms are the same, when it comes to European descendant folks, I make sure that when it's necessary in time, I am doing a great job of letting them know it's just not about bleeding the same or not seeing color, that it is about the post-traumatic syndrome that has been put on us. Yes, baby. That has been put on us as a people. And I understand that for my people, it's hard for them to stomach the things I say because it's not just surface level. I do reach deep.
So,
Because MG didn't go yet, so hold on, break. One more. MG?
Yes. I spoke a little earlier, but I just want to say that the text, I didn't see no name correct. The same as nobody mentioned the name Braid. In the text, there was no, people was commenting, but they didn't put a name on it. Am I correct? So to me,
the person's name was FWA's Crunchy Wig.
Okay, so it was one. Okay, so I'm going to stick with the evidence. So I do feel like, I don't have a question for Pastor Petty, but I'm going to stick with, I feel like he was talking to her. And in the text, it did say FWA, but he did not mention it, but in the text did say FWA.
The question, Bella.
You may.
Is it possible Bray King can go ahead and show us the rest of the evidence? Because, you know, it seems like the scale is tilted towards.
Jet, I don't think the evidence they sent me was not directly necessarily with them. The evidence they sent me was about the white people that they hang around. So somebody sent me something about Lala calling Icy Bliss nappy-headed last week, and that's Friend's person. Somebody sent me a video of somebody named Bougie saying the N-word with the raccoon in her background. they have sent me stuff about the white people that they hang around,
Okay,
not
babe.
necessarily them.
Real quick,
Okay, that's where I got it
those
mixed
not my
up.
people.
I thought, okay, that's where I got it mixed up. I thought it was more evidence. So that's why I kept
all the
saying
stuff
I
they
was
sent me was about
going
all
to
the
sit
white
here
people that
waiting.
they hang around, not necessarily them. It was about the white people they be around.
Okay, babe.
Yeah, just to let y'all know if that's important. So yes, a lot.
So, Bray, go ahead and pose your questions that you have for Pastor Petty.
All right, you guys, while we're in here with the 2.2, could all of you please, the entire time that I'm asking him these questions, just tap Bella's box together as a whole, and we could just run these likes right on up. Let's just go ahead and tap blast real quick as well. Pastor Petty, I'm gonna just start off and I'm gonna just jump straight into it, okay? Seeing as to how, we just saw the messages in your Patreon of the gorillas and stuff like that, right? And then you showed us people putting the gorilla or the picture over your child. How do you expect us to have any sympathy for you when you're doing this? How would you want us to feel bad for your child when you're doing it to a black woman?
Make it absolutely clear again, story was not about her. Just because someone inserts themselves into a story doesn't mean that the story is about them. Once again, when people are posting gorilla pictures inside of the Patreon at the same time that I'm telling a story about AI was not about her. If someone insinuates and continues to make something about themselves indirectly, it still doesn't mean it's about them. Someone can have a profile name named that. It does not mean when they speak it's always about that person. The difference is you can see that monkey picture is directly on me, on my child. None of those gorilla pictures are saying her name.
So okay, gotcha. I'm not one too much for the gaslighting or manipulation or anything, so I'm gonna let it go over my head. I think some of the people are also tapped in, but that's gonna go over my head. You said something about, well, I call that throwing rocks and hiding your hands. I call it throwing rocks and hiding your hands. You might call it, other things. I think that's throwing rocks and hiding your hands personally. You said something about the images and stuff, the AI images being on. Oh, we just hit 300,000. Shout out to all of the active engagers and the tappers. As I'm looking up there, we have about 200 people tapping together. If we could maybe get 500 people to tap Bella's box, you will see the likes jump up tremendously. If we had 1,000, you would see it jump up drastically, okay? Everybody, if you can, just tap Bella's face for a second. So you said we could find the AI images like that made it okay, right? Is that why you said that you can go find these same images on your For You page?
I mean, I could show them right now. I can show a gorilla with a pink wig on yelling at them. I could literally show you right now.
Does that right? I've seen those AI things, but just because it's on the FYP, does that mean it's cool for you to allow white people to be speaking on it and sending gorilla images?
They see the same videos on the For You page.
Right. I know they see them, but does that make it okay for them to be sending it in your Patreon? Do you have a problem with white people discussing black people in manners in references to gorillas?
Well, you have to find a receipt of them speaking on black people as gorillas. Now, if they're just posting gorilla images, they're just posting gorilla images. They're primates.
Right. So you think that...
And that's part of their lineage as well. They have
so in
25% DNA that's primate.
Specifically when they were talking about her wearing the crunchy wig again.
That's their profile name, Bray.
No, they said it in the comment. They put it in the chat that said she's wearing another crunchy wig from Party City.
Once again, the profile name.
I wasn't talking about.
Oh, I got you. You would have to prove that that's a white person.
No, I wouldn't have to prove that.
That profile name is specifically a white person. All the profile names you'll have to go through and say, this is a white person, this roach is a white person, this crunchy wig is a white person. How do you know directly that that's a white person?
Just because, and I can't say that I know for a fact that's a white person because they have fake names, if that makes any sense. There would be no necessarily proof. That would tie me into my next point of what you were giving about the education, about what happens in post-traumatic and everything. Yeah. Which part of that do you think that you suffer from, and what part of the American dream, I guess you would say, do you suffer from?
I think when it comes to post-traumatic slave syndrome by Dr. Joy DeGruy, I think when it comes to Dr. Joy and post-traumatic slave syndrome and the systematic underlying things that not only we do as Black people, but that unknowingly European descendant folks do as well, and that's Dr. Joy, well read, and post-traumatic slave syndrome, and I think we all need to go over. I think we all suffer from it, be it if we don't want to go into certain neighborhoods because they are European aligned, or be it when a European descendant person sees one of us and decides to lock their door and we lock ours back, our car door, and they feel some type of way. I think we are all suffering. I think there's colorism around here where there will be somebody that looks European descendant, but they're actually African descendant, and a white teller will make them feel more comfortable, and then you as their cousin will roll up right behind them and they'll think that you don't have money or something. So I think everybody in America, all Black people in America, suffer from that.
That make Elmo talk.
I yield my time, and I'm gonna switch this out because my head bailiff wants to ask a question, friend.
Okay.
Just let me know when I can ask my question or questions.
We're listening.
So this question is posed to Pastor Petty. If you
Stop
weren't,
right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. My apologies. Yeah, I can't let you do that. Because if we're going to have these positions and you're the bailiff, you're the bailiff. That's it. So you can't jump in and out. So unfortunately, I can't let you do that. I want to make sure that this trial is extremely fair and all other trials are fair going forward, because I'm recognizing the mistakes that are being made. We got to make sure that we're being fair. So if you're going to be the bailiff, be the bailiff. If you're going to be a juror, be a juror. If you're going to be a character witness, be a character witness. So Rizzy, she made a good point today, and as I'm listening to all this, I'm reflecting, learning from my mistakes. If you're going to be in certain positions, you have to be in certain positions and stick to it.
Yes, ma'am. I'm bailiff. I don't got no more questions. Y'all shut the fuck up here and while Bella talking.
That went fast.
I'm ready. Stop it. Okay. Stop it. All right. All right. Anyway, I take it no one else has any more questions for Pastor Petty as far as the jury go.
Bella.
All right. So now that we are here, it's time for me to go ahead, move this along with y'all in the panel, and then we're going to direct it to the audience. Based on the testimony that was heard today, based on the evidence that was submitted, the audio that we heard, the character witnesses, for the haters, do you find Pastor Petty guilty or not guilty?
Before I give my answer, are we going to vote on both of them or just him?
Both. I'm doing one at a time.
Okay, he's guilty.
Okay. Mocha?
Guilty.
Anonymous.
Guilty.
Lan.
Guilty.
Alex. MG.
Guilty. Guilty.
6 out of 6 jurors have concluded that they find Pastor Petty guilty. Now I'm going to pose the question to the audience because the final decision is always left up to your peers of accountability court, okay? Do you find Pastor Petty guilty or not guilty? Guilty is red, not guilty is blue. Guilty for red, not guilty for blue.
In the meantime, while you guys are voting, I would love to do a quick mod break, and we would love engagement in the chat. If we could get at least 500 people out of the 2.3 to get active with the poll. Bella said red is guilty and blue is not guilty. Thank you to everybody and all the active engagers in the building. We're almost at 400,000 taps. Continue to tap Bella's box as people are voting. Thank you, everybody who is supporting the live.
Thank you, BK. All right. So yeah, the numbers is pretty high. But we clearly see which direction your peers is going. It looked like your peers have spoken, Petty. And we have less than 10 seconds for y'all to put y'all final vote in. All right. So the majority, 441 people of your peers, Pastor Petty, have found you guilty. All right. I'm going to move on to FWA. For the haters, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Mocha.
Guilty.
Anonymous.
Guilty.
Lynn.
Is shit.
Oh my! Get Bella guilty. I'm just saving the time.
MG.
Guilty.
6 out of 6 jurors have concluded that FWA is guilty. But again, the final decision is left up to your peers of accountability court. If FWA is guilty or not guilty, red for guilty, blue for not guilty.
I want to thank everybody who actively engaged with the last poll. We had about 700 interactions. Could we please get 500 or more as well? Bella said red is guilty and blue is not guilty for FWA. On this break, after you grab your vote, go ahead and grab a few populars. Bella is now in the 50s. With 2.4 thousand people in here, respectfully, she can be number one. So go ahead and grab a few populars and watch how fast she rises in those ranks. Thank you, everybody, and shout out to all of the active engagers.
Thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. Okay. All right.
Can I quickly say when you do evaluations for your you know how they do employee evaluations with this being the bailiff, I just want to say as a peer reviewer for him, he's doing an amazing job. So I hope that not only does he get a raise, but I hope that you give him a 10 out of 10 for his evaluation just as a peer. Great job, Judge King. I don't know how the fuck it's 2 judges, but amazing job, bailiff.
He's actually here as prosecutor, DA, whatever you want to call that, but he's not in the role of a bailiff. So, but I see how you try to ease that in there with your messy ass. I see how you did that. All right. So the majority over 400 people, because I'm not gonna lie, got a little distracted, missed the number. Over 400 people did find FWA guilty. Okay, so she has been found guilty by the peers of accountability court. And I would like the 439, thank you for the number. And for those who are hitting the follow button, the support, Pastor Petty, FWA, I say this to you both. FWA, if you are listening from somewhere else or it might get relayed back to you, understand your peers are saying to both of y'all that y'all are one and the same. your peers feel like y'all carried out certain behaviors in your platforms. This is how your peers feel about the both of you. They feel like neither party had the right to call out each other when y'all both have people, I would say housing. You both house people that have been accused of major offenses to your own people. Is what the problem is. Now going forward, I cannot tell you nor her. We already know how it works. We cannot tell anybody how to run their platforms, how to run their spaces. Y'all as the audience, make sure you do your due diligence. If you are aware of the type of spaces that both parties hold, it is your responsibility to simply choose which channel you press the button into. I have the right to turn the channel and say, you know what, I'm not in the mood for Judge Mathis. I'd rather watch Judge Judy. I'd rather watch Judge Maybelline. It's all a choice. These people have a choice to run their spaces the way they see fit, but you have the control. Audience, hear me clearly. You control what you see and what you hear. Just know that. Change starts somewhere. And that's all I have to say to that. If you are all-inclusive space, such as myself, it's obvious that this is an all-inclusive space. One is court. All is welcome. But my actions with people show that all is welcome. What's understood do not need to be explained. I can have this court case fairly and not have to make him out to be worse or her out to be worse. No. If both parties is wrong, both parties is wrong. Learn from it, move on. Before you go, Pastor Petty, is there anything else you would like to say? And we appreciate you coming.
Yes, so what I would like to say is those people that I have blocked that voted guilty, they are not my peers, and I'll never unblock your ass. You voted guilty, remember, I know your ass is blocked, and you will always be blocked. To the one named Resilient Silent Monster down there that faked her suicide with the fake 5150 down there. You make sure you stop doing voodoo spells and shit that is not
don't do that,
white
Pastor.
culture.
Don't do that, Pastor. Don't do that.
Okay. Let me continue on before I go.
Yeah, don't piss me off now. So I have a question too.
To the haters, to all the haters, I appreciate you. If you've never been in my space and you voted not guilty, remember, before you point the finger and throw stones at my glass house, make sure yours is clean as well. Because you one day could be up in this court as well, and I'm going to vote not guilty even though I didn't view your platform ever or ever been in your space. I'm voting not guilty from now on everybody because I know y'all ain't seen nothing that goes on in my space.
Doesn't he mean guilty?
Brothers and sisters in here.
Allow him to say his final words.
To my brothers and sisters in here of African and European descent that do and have seen my content, I will continue on now telling stories. Today's stories will be about jackrabbits and crickets, and I will tell all plethora of stories without saying anyone's name and having a good time, as always. You beautiful people in here that are wonderful and have no hate in your heart, I want you to have a fine, wonderful day in the name of Jesus, Allah, and the Holy Ghost and the Triple Trinity. I want you all to be blessed. Thank you.
Okay. All right,
Thanks
Pastor.
Thank you for coming in. All right, so there we have it, y'all.
Bell.
That was Pastor Petty
Bell.
and FWA case. Break.